I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
I'm a hero of the new world.
Your disease, and I'm the cure.
Be advised that I'm mean, nasty, and tired. I eat concertina wire and piss napalm, and I can put a round through a flea's ass at 200 meters. So you go hump somebody else's leg, mud.
Now's the time. Settle the score. A promising face back in the bag.
welcome everybody to another Appreciating Comic Book Art live. It's Monday. I almost said Tuesday. I'm so used to doing that. Monday, 10:15. Kayla jumped in very last minute. Good timing.
I know.
Good timing on that.
Update.
It's been such a
Madelyne Pryor. Whatever it is.
Oh.
You know what? I was like,
you
know what I was thinking?
Hmm.
As I put lipstick on, I was like, I wonder who Sean is going to say I look like tonight. Because every night he says I look like somebody. I mean, at least Madelyne Pryor is decent looking in comparison to the last person he compared me to. So,
Wait, what was that? Who was the last one?
Robert Downey Jr. in the Tropical Thunder.
What?
No, that was not who he.
What do you mean?
It was somebody from some Stargate or Star Trek or I don't know what kind of thing.
Can we just take a second here and just all agree that Madelyne Pryor greater than Jean Grey?
No.
Let's just do it.
No,
let's
she's
just
not.
say she's hotter.
You know what that just
right?
proves?
You know?
That proves that. You know what that proves about men?
What? What?
It proves that you all like crazy women.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's that shit crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
you all are.
It's attractive.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's insane.
You know what? Let's do a poll. I like this.
I was kind of expecting a happy birthday from Kayla again today because she doesn't know what my day, but she doesn't know what day it is. So I was kind of expecting another happy birthday on today. So.
I put Jay's birthday in my phone the wrong day. And then I saw that he put a post. I felt so bad. I'm like, I am a shit ass friend. So he put some post up and I was like, wait, I'm like, today's your birthday? I'm like, I thought your birthday was the 13th or whatever the case. Then on the 13th, I get an alarm that goes off. Jay's birthday. I texted Jay afterwards. I was like, happy birthday.
Can we get back to the shit ass friend part? That was like, that was.
Yeah, I was a shit ass friend because I forgot your birthday.
That's all good. I told you that.
I felt horrible.
I was depressed for a week, but I'm all good. I'm, depressed for a week. You know.
How do you spell Madelyne?
Wonderful.
Anybody?
Madelyne.
All right, I had too many eyes. All right,
the mad is in there.
Great. I'll just say greater than. How about we do that?
Oh my god! If you guys are gonna disappoint me if you pick Madelyne Pryor over Jean Grey. You guys,
speaking of disappointment,
I'm so disappointed with the chat.
No,
speaking of disappointment,
with your
you
heart.
got my birthday wrong.
Yeah, I was just saying that's the real disappointment. No, we're never over it.
Did Sean get your birthday correct?
Yeah, he sent me a stripogram.
Stripogram.
It was a dude, but he was still.
Did Joe get your birthday
correct? Times are tough.
Yeah.
What
Bubba with
Why
flowers
am I
and balloons.
Colorful balloons. That's right.
Yeah.
By the way, it's no longer Tuesday, but we will still say this is a Taco Tuesday on a Monday. Is what we'll do.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Everybody, just take a second. Get into it a little bit. Taco Tuesday on a Monday, everybody. Let's go. We haven't done this in a second. I want some tacos in the chat. We did that. Tacos in the chat.
What is going on here?
On the shoulders. Okay.
Oh, dear Lord.
That was fun. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. We got there we go. I like that. There was a happy birthday for Jay. I'll be the first one to drop some tacos. Yeah, there we go, Dennis Kelly. Thank you. Sheldon's in here dropping tacos as well. Lurch, thank you. Get those tacos in here. Taco Tuesday on a Monday.
It's Munchies Monday. It's Munchie Monday.
Yeah. Hell yeah. It's good to be back. It's the first time we've been together as a group in a little while. So I'm happy about it. By the way,
well, it's Tuesday in Korea.
That's a good point, and in Australia.
Yeah.
So it all still works.
Mhm.
You know, shout out to the down unders and the over there's. Anyway,
Easterners.
the Easterners. I like that. Yeah. The poll in chat, if you guys are curious about it, 50% says yes. 43% says no. So it's pretty close.
How is
Pretty
it
close.
50%?
Madelyne Pryor is still winning
3%?
out.
It would be 50-50.
No. You got to understand, Madelyne Pryor, you know, she was the Goblin Queen. She wore that sexy ass,
She the Goblin Queen.
So what? Jean Grey was in the
wore
Hellfire
that
Club
sexy
and
ass,
wore the corset.
you know?
What are you talking
Yes.
about?
Who, when, where, why, how, what?
You never read the Dark Phoenix saga, Joe?
No.
Think about
You never seen Jean Grey as the Black Queen in the tight corset and the little black panties and the high knee
Was
boots?
she wearing a thong like Madelyne Pryor was?
the Hellfire Club.
Well, Madelyne Pryor wasn't traditionally in a thong.
She
it was
wasn't my
more
man.
of like a vampirella type of outfit.
I'll still take it.
Yo, so she's technically not the Goblin Queen because she had the kid. If you catch my drift.
All right, we'll figure it out. Say hi to the chat. We got Hail Lore first in the chat, first in our hearts. Appreciate you, brother. Mark Penguin coming in. Thank you. Chromium. Yes. If you guys don't know, we were looking at X-Men Alpha.
Oh,
Which was the very first issue, you know, was the jump off issue for Age of Apocalypse. And it had that beautiful Chromium cover. Awesome. You got Timescales in the house. Howdy from California. Good to see you. We got Jaro
Moaning
in the house. Good to see you, brother. Duck Bacon is here as well. As we saw earlier, Lurch is in this stream as well. Appreciate you, man. I hope you dig the channel. Hit that like, hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. There we go. Got it right. Third time's charm. Dennis Kelly's in the house as well. Hail to you, man. Hail to you. There we go. Got another one. A skunk snot. That's gonna mess me up. I actually have to say that slowly because I think I would. Yeah. Because if I tried to say that fast, I don't even know what it would come out like. You know. How's it with you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Let's see. Sheldon Martin, as we said, is in the house. I don't know much about Jean Grey, but Madelyne Pryor, I'm just voting on outfits. See,
at least that's real. That's real.
See?
At least I can respect Sheldon's realness.
That's all I'm asking for. That's what I'm saying right there. Dennis Kelly's in the house. Says, hail Joe, Sean, Kayla, Jay, and the motherfucking chat. Hail to you, man. Good to see you guys here. All right. X-Men time. Hell yes. I want to be jumping into some. Oh shit. The poll just hit 50-50. There you go. 50-50. Uh-oh.
All the real guys out there that like some class.
Real what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
Shout out to the 3 watching over on Rumble. As always, we appreciate you guys. We have X going as well. I think we got who's over there on X? Can I look real quick? Got 18 watching over on X. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. We are looking at X-Men Alpha from 1990.
Oh, I should be tweeting this out.
5 came out.
1995.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought 6. I was off on that.
No worries. Yo,
Yeah.
but you know what?
No one's perfect.
What happened prior to this? They announced the end of the X titles in either the late summer, early fall. They were canceling all the X titles.
That's right.
And nerds went buck wild. Why are you canceling my story?
Yeah.
And a funny story about this is this led to Image doing the Image X Month crossover.
This is what caused that?
Because Scott
I didn't know
Lobdell
that.
went up to Rob at a party in San Diego. He's like,
Oh,
we
that's
got you
right.
guys. We got you guys.
Yep.
We're going to get you. And he's like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? He's like, just you wait. So Rob went home, called up the other guys, like, we got to get together. Code red. Do, 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 do. That's how we got that. And here we got some awesome Joe Mad covers. Yes.
Yep. This was such a great storyline, too.
This was fantastic.
Basically, like all of America is ruled over by Apocalypse and the mutants at this time frame. Well, the mutants are the upper class. They're no longer considered like the lower class.
Hell yeah. The tables have flipped, my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. 56% say no. Madelyne Pryor is not greater than Jean Grey. The chat is flipping on us. siding with Kayla.
I
And
love the chat right now.
I think the chat is just siding with Kayla because it's Kayla, which I don't, that's fine. I don't hate you guys for that. But I'm just saying, if you were real,
Jean Grey was a supermodel. She was in bikinis and everything.
She was a hoe.
She definitely was a hoe.
She was a hoe.
Let's talk about it for a split second. Since we're talking X-Men, and that's the whole thing. I've been really enjoying the X-Men 97 cartoon. By the way, everybody go check it out. I think it's fantastic. And I was like, let's look at some X-Men stuff. One of my favorite storylines, Age of Apocalypse. We're just going to dive into this book. But the last episode, besides the craziness,
I don't care about the episode.
One of the things that happened is we started seeing Jean Grey embrace her slut side a little bit, right? You know, stealing a kiss from Logan in the water, full on lip lock.
That was Phoenix.
No. In this episode, this is
no.
You haven't watched it yet, Kayla.
That's X-Men Forever. That's a storyline that Chris Claremont did way later down the line. That would be from X-Men Forever. So that goes to tell me that when I watch this X-Men series, that they are picking and choosing different storylines and not following anything consecutively through.
No, they are. They're picking. They're
making
a new story.
I should be hitting up Disney. I should be
hitting up Disney.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Bo DeMille has been killing it. Shout out to the showrunner. Shout out to the showrunner for putting. They're taking bits and pieces and making a brand new story with elements of different eras and different stuff together. I think they're doing it fantastic.
We'll have Jean Grey in a 3-way relationship with Wolverine and Logan.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Nobody would ever do that.
I don't think they're going to do that. I really don't.
You don't?
No,
because they.
Yeah, but this show. Okay, if anybody doesn't know, the showrunners, in order to bring people onto the show, thank you. They specifically had to bring on people or look for people that had a love for the original series.
Okay, well, no one loved Morph. So,
I dig Morph.
Morph is a cool character. Yes, there are elements there that they're putting into the show, but it's minimal.
Have you ever heard anybody talk about Morph? Jay, I've never heard you say a word.
I was just going to say this book right here.
I've never heard you say anything about Morph. I've never
this
heard
book made Morph cool.
say a damn thing about Morph until this damn Disney show. So
I barely talk about the Hulk. I mean,
what is this fucking like 20 questions? Like you want to know like our deepest, darkest like
I know what the hell. What the hell, woman?
Like there's stuff we love that you don't know about.
My point is,
classify us.
Our point is, Jean took the chance to make out with Logan in the last episode, and then she got mad at Cyclops for banging Madelyne Pryor in his mind. That's it. Women. All right. X-Men Alpha came out in 1995. Art and the inside by Roger Cruz, and another artist I think kind of did a few pages. Cover by Joe Mad, I believe.
Yeah, I think Steve Epting worked on some of these.
I know JR did Omega.
I know Dan Panosian was an anchor on some of these too.
Yeah, and there's actually a little Easter egg of his name written on a wall in here.
Tim Townsend too.
Okay, you had Tim Townsend inks, Dan Panosian assisted, Roger Cruz pencils with Steve Epting assisting.
Electric Crayons did the colors.
Steve Bacheletto. Electric crayons with the electric crayons.
Yeah.
Oh, the colorist. Oh, okay.
Tom DeFalco was the editor at this
Mark
time.
Waid. Interesting. Yeah.
This is some of Roger Cruz's best Joe Mad art.
Oh, hands down.
That's
I
forgot.
Yeah. Before we get it, this is the actual book right here. This
Bling,
beautiful, gorgeous book. One of the coolest things about the 90s. I love this.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite things in my collection. It doesn't even do it justice. If you guys have this book, you know just how cool looking this thing was. It was cool looking on the shelves. When it came out, you couldn't help but buy it. Love it. Love it. All right, jump back into here. Look at this awesomeness. Madelyne Pryor can be with Scott, and Jean can be with Logan. Problem solved. That's what I was saying all along.
I mean,
that's what I've always said.
Technically, according to Chris Claremont, what Chris Claremont did reveal in an interview is that originally Scott was supposed to be with Madelyne and have a happy life.
Yeah, you should just
Jean
stuck that way.
Grey and Wolverine are parallels of each other. They both can live on forever with her being with the Phoenix. And
If I was
him
Scott, I
being
would have just stayed with the
created.
chick I was banging, which would have been Madelyne Pryor. Fuck it. Let
But
Jean go
Scott's
with.
such a beta. Like it's like he's such an emotional pussy. I just like I can't. I
Whoa,
just
now.
I don't care for Cyclops.
I love
Yeah,
Cyclops.
I know.
Whoa.
I just
Those are fighting words.
Not really
Jay.
cheating because it's the same chick.
No, they're not the same
Ooh,
chick.
what if they had a three-way?
Yeah.
Ooh.
They're
What if
twins.
Scott had a three-way with Madelyne and Jean? That'd
Yeah,
be weird, or
twins.
would that be awesome?
That'd
That would be
awesome
awesome.
for him.
I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
totally awesome.
Rachel Summers is Wolverine's daughter. Is she?
No.
Oh, I was about to say, like, I don't think I've heard that, but
No.
Rachel
That would
Summers is Scott and Jean's daughter from the future, and that was revealed by the whole arc with Ahab, which that would be
Unless-
really cool if they brought Ahab into something more. 'cause
unless
he's-
Jean, had a little runt session. You know what I'm saying? Okay, jumping into the art. Roger Cruz here. This story, Age of Apocalypse, was awesome. Backing up to was it Legion Quest
Yep.
that led up to this, where Xavier's son was going back to actually try to kill Magneto, if I remember correctly, and ends up killing his dad by accident and just erases and changes all of history. And then we get the Age of Apocalypse, which, by the way, the books leading up to this were awesome. How they ended, Wolverine 90 had that awesome fight between Wolverine and Sabretooth, and that ended with that wave coming through right before Wolverine popped his third claw right through Sabretooth's head. You had X-25. What issue was it?
23.
23?
Oh,
No, the
sorry.
the X-Men issue, whatever, regardless. That was really when Legion actually kills Xavier by accident. And they go back to present time and they see the X-Men there. Rogue and Gambit share that kiss right before the wave, the ice wave or the crystal wave comes through and just freezes everybody. Just the way all those books ending the X-Men line, which, by the way, Sean brought it up. They announced that X-Men was done. And that's how they were like running it. Like, this was we're going into like this new series. And somebody like me, right? A young, impressionable, good looking youth, was kind of like, what the fuck? Like we're losing the X-Men. We're going into this direction. And I was a little upset about it at first. And then I read this book and it all changed. I was like, this is awesome. I absolutely love the art. The storytelling in this book, I think, is very, very awesome. Vintage, pure 90s.
Beautiful silhouette.
Beautiful work. Beautiful silhouette. Probably Black Spiders.
Yep.
Probably.
Redhead's line.
Oh, yeah. They were a weird couple, but hell yeah. Scott, okay, can I just say shout out to Apocalypse? Cyclops. He got with some chicks. He got with some hotties.
You know why?
That's my boy. Because he's packing.
No,
Cyclops.
that's
You know
not
what I'm
why.
saying?
Because
See
he's
that beam? You
easily
see the
controlled.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a
No,
He's a bitch.
Disrespectful. God dang it, poll chat. What are you guys doing? 69% now say no to the 31% of the Madelyne Pryor.
love the chat.
I'm disappointed in the chat. I'm disappointed in you guys. I'm not gonna lie.
I love you guys. We have the best chat there is.
We do have the best chat, but it's to be determined right now of my happiness with it. Okay. So we jump into like seeing the devastation of the world
This
now
is
that we're in.
Seattle, I believe.
Oh, this is Seattle? Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I think.
For some reason I
Makes
thought it was New
sense.
York. I always love and not necessarily this wasn't a future. This is just a changed presence, but I love the idea of like the Days of Future Past and all that kind of stuff. When you get a shot of the future or the present in this case of this post-apocalypse world, in this mystery character that turns out to be Bishop. I mean, what a really cool character to. I mean, it makes sense, right? That would be the character you kind of want to center the story around. And the look they gave him in here with the shaved head, badass. Feel free to jump in anytime, guys.
I like those fingers.
Fingers.
The fingers are very curvy like.
You know that look reminds me of that little wizard guy from He-Man. I don't know why. With
Orko?
The scarf.
Oh, the
Orko, yes.
Yeah, it does. You're right. Good call. Good call. Jaro says very animated influence. Love this. That was what was cool about Cruz. Mad. Who was another guy?
Matsuda
at the time. Kind of bringing this style together. It was very unique, but kind of gave some energy to especially Marvel.
Yeah.
Basically, he's about to find this little girl that's been chased by infinite soldiers,
AKA Overkill.
Yep, along with their leader, Alnus. I can't remember what the fucking name of the leader was called. Alnus.
Nihilus.
See you later, Time Scales. Thanks for coming,
I
man.
think it was
Appreciate you.
Eunice.
I thought it was
Honest?
Ulysses.
Honest?
I thought it was Ulysses.
No.
Ulysses? This is what Seattle looks like now. I agree.
Eunice.
First one of the night. Let's go.
UNUS, I thought.
Okay, here we go. Here's the Pinocchian
Yep.
Easter egg
Mm-hmm.
back here. I couldn't tell what the words on the top were.
Oh, look, he must be a fan of Reaper Destroyer.
That's why I said you got Vanessa on there.
Yeah.
Easter egg to Reaper Destroyer, knowing the future, right?
Yeah.
Vanessa's coming, everybody.
He's got horny.
Literally and figuratively, you know what I'm saying?
It's an Easter egg for my supplemental story because
Yeah.
Jean Grey's winning in the poll.
Yeah.
I tell you what, is every time that there's a divide, it's either side with Kayla or side with us. The chat just sides with Kayla, guys. I see right through you.
That's
Yes,
not
it
true
is.
at all.
If
I'm
we
not happy
had
about
tits, they would side with us too.
I'm gonna go get some. It's 2023. Fuck it, let's do it. Wait,
Well, I haven't
2024.
worked out in a while. I think I might have some tits, so I might see if I can.
Gucci now.
I like how little girl's face. I mean, okay, this is how hard it is to draw, kids. All right, and, shout out to Roger Cruz and everything. But this little girl character goes from like a little girl to like this is a woman's face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Capullo-ish, right? Don't you think? Kind of looks
I
like
think John
Capullo
Byrne.
face a bit.
It's just John Byrne. When
Face?
Yeah,
I
I see
think-
like a little bit Capullo-ish in that face there.
I could possibly see it, but it's just kind of funny, like the inconsistency with the face. No hate, I'm just pointing it out. It's funny. She goes through like different ages in about 2 seconds in that sequence. She's a full blown adult at the end.
She is stressed out. No, and then she gets hot the next page.
Yeah, look at this.
Those are cool designs.
Yeah, I dig them.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it screams like the '90s stuff, but
Oh, totally.
Jaro is
Pure
saying,
anime. Yeah.
Matsuda, my wife is a member of the Matsuda family.
Really?
Interesting.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Nice. Got Sheldon Martin in the house. Did we even say hi to the chat?
Yes.
I did. Okay, good. Sorry. I felt like we didn't for a second. I was like, man, I feel bad. I'm telling you, it's like an overkill kind of feel, except with a helmet, but I dig it.
I love in this era how Joe Mad established those big, they're not ribbons, but like the curves of a glove.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know? Like that really got stylized around there.
Yeah, heavily from the like anime
Mhm.
kind of feel. Absolutely.
So basically, in this timeline, Magneto is
The shit.
well, yeah, he's the leader of the X-Men in this time, and him and Rogue actually have a child, Charles.
Yeah, boss.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, I mean, he's
Yeah.
not getting any younger.
Yeah,
Yep.
you gotta slap
Yeah,
that
look
ass.
at this.
What a spread.
Oh, that's
Yeah, yes.
Damn, he's packing.
Mhm.
He's
Got to.
he's fucking
to.
packing.
You have got to
You got
do
a dirty ass mom.
it. Yeah, the
It's
dirtiest
right
mind on the
there.
panel.
That's a
Kayla.
gooch. Now that's a gooch.
That is a gooch, yeah.
That is, I don't think that's the gooch. That would be the space between. Isn't that what you explained to me that night?
See you time scales. Have a good one. Be safe. I gotta say, Iceman looked fucking awesome
Yeah.
in Age of
Mhm.
Apocalypse. The
Yes.
way that they were able to take some of the characters, redesign them, give a little bit of a different take. There's
Was he
some
was
that
straight?
looked really awesome. Well, yeah, back when he was straight, yeah, that's for sure. This Wild Child, was that a character before? Or was this specifically created for
Yeah.
Age of Apocalypse?
No, he was.
He was a character before. Okay, because I didn't
Yeah,
really.
Alpha Flight, like that lore.
Oh, that's probably
Yeah.
why I didn't. Okay, because I never read
Blink.
out Alpha Flight.
Which my dad actually really likes Blink as a character.
Blink's a badass character.
Yeah.
He brought that up.
He was talking about that. Yeah, he did. He was talking about that. Actually, yeah, I think he said that to Sean. He did get to talk to, he was talking to Joe the other day, like talking Joe's ear off. It's obviously a sock.
Full of quarters, you got to do what you got to do in those times.
I loved the redesigns for Age of Apocalypse and also the X-Men 2099. As ridiculous as they were, I thought they were
They were cool.
Pretty cool. Those pretty cool.
badass. Yeah.
Cool.
We gotta look at that at
Nightcrawler.
some point. The 2099s.
Nightcrawler was a cool design in this one. I really dug it.
Yeah.
He looked more badass,
You can see Joe Mad's design for like his elements of love for like Shiro with Rogue.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely very
Morph had a
anime
cool look too.
inspired.
Morph had a
I hate
lot
her.
cooler look than this. Jaro said, did they ever do anything with Magneto and Rogue's son? Seems like a character that would have been badass. I don't think they ever did they? Like,
Not
this was
after
it.
this that
I don't-
I can recall.
I don't
Not
remember.
that I
anything either.
recall after anything from here.
Yeah.
Was their son killed by the
Holocaust?
uncanny X Force? Was the X Force? No.
I
In
can't
this
remember.
storyline?
No, a different storyline.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of that storyline now. Yeah, never mind.
Jaro said best Nightcrawler, Apocalypse, Sunfire, Quicksilver, and Magneto as far as the
Yeah,
designs go.
Sunfire was fire.
Yeah, they did a really good job with some of these character designs. What I loved about this, the seriousness of the story, just showing you kind of like how without the guidance of Xavier, some of these characters act. I love just Rogue and Sabretooth just wasting people.
I
in
really
this
love
scene.
this panel
Like, fuck it.
layout. By the way, I really love this panel layout. I really like the foreshortening, how dynamic it is on that first left-hand panel there.
Mhm.
The hand outreaching, the fingernails look really good. Just the proportioning, it's so cartoony, so manga-ish, but yet a good mix of traditional comic book art as well. And just on
Good
the
lines,
right-hand side, that slanted panel, like the page layout there, how it's slanted, the paneling, it just looks really cool and it conveys so much movement and action, and it really is pleasing to my eyes.
Talk
all
about
around.
it. That is a Wild Child, Skunk Knot. Yeah, I think it's what you told me how to pronounce it. Skunk Knot, like Slipknot.
Skunk's
Wild
Knot.
Child. Skunk Knot.
It's an S. Skunk's
an S.
Knot.
But he told me to pronounce it like Slipknot.
But with an S.
Skunk's Knot.
See, I see a lot of like early Capullo in the face there. Like in the
I think
Blink-
the eyes are too big, Kayla. I don't see Capullo there.
I do. Capullo did draw big eyes.
Jaro says, preach, Kayla.
I
Yeah, she's
really
on a-
do
she's on a
like
roll
the
tonight.
silhouetting as well on Nightcrawler, that partial silhouette. The
Mhm.
elongating there too on the female body form, that is really
Yes.
something that you see with manga. That is very manga. And again,
Which-
slanted panels. Great.
And again, we've stated so much on the show the influence that manga and anime had on the early 90s artists, and those early 90s artists inspired the guys that came up in the late 90s, mid to late 90s. And it just, I mean, it looks good. I like it. Long, sleek. Let's go.
Yep.
I love
Very-
Morpheer.
Yeah, he turns into a brick wall. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
just
I see more. I see more of a Boland or Derek Robertson in this.
We got Jamie in the house.
What's up,
Hail,
Jamie?
Good to see you.
Love
Thank you
Jamie.
for being here.
Also, too, that body type too was made, I think, very famous in comic books. John Byrne drew elongated female body types, and obviously Art Adams.
Did too.
Yep, Adams. He did it the best.
I mean, Neil Adams did it as well, I would say.
To an extent, but not as leggy.
He was more
That's
realistically, where
That's
John
true.
Byrne was more comic-y, cartoony.
Yes.
Yeah, and Adams definitely had the legs.
Yeah.
Long legs.
So the one thing I will say that does bother me, the one thing that bothers me is Magneto's
Just let me.
so tiny.
Because I want to. This was something I wanted to point out. I love this page. I love this sequence. But when you look at this helmet, you get this big ass eye here, and you're like, where's the rest of his head? Where's his ear? Where's everything that should be there? It's like, I don't know. It doesn't look right.
It's make believe, Joe. It doesn't exist.
I know, but like I saw that when I was recording the video, and usually that stuff doesn't bother me. And again, I think it looks awesome. But I looked at it, I was like, something's odd here, and that's what it is. It's just, I don't know.
The hat, all right. So what I do really like, though, I mean,
The
that's
helmet
like
is kind of penisy.
It's like a penisy, yeah, it
Yes.
is.
A phallic,
And it's very
you know?
pinhead like. It just very. The proportioning seems a little odd. It's just narrow. You know, it's one thing to have a small head, but for it to be that narrow like that just doesn't look right. But what I do really like though is the hashing that's behind him, where there's not much of anything else. And then if you look at the detail on the barrel of the gun there, all those little lines, and even the lines on his helmet there in the panel next to it on the right hand side, it's really gorgeous. And I like how heavy they are. Because it's like a heavier black that's being used, that it's really like, obviously black is darker than the red that's on there, but usually it doesn't show that much. You know, usually with the color, they're more trying to cover stuff like that, whereas they're more showcasing these beautiful, gorgeous lines that are here. I don't know exactly what to call it.
These would be cool in black and white. I don't think I've ever seen
This book eerily looks very similar to The Boys.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never read The Boys.
It's got some similarities to it. Derek Robertson's the artist for it, but it's got some similarities to it.
I just love how brutal Magneto's X-Men are. You know, Iceman just straight up freezes this dude and shatters him.
His head is very thin.
Yeah, it's the style.
With all that hair too.
If you look at all the characters, unless they have really big hair, they've got really kind of thin. Ooh, look at that! I love the bottom panel.
I love the
got
shattering
like these kind of tall
too.
heads.
The shattering effect too, with the ice, how you turn them into ice, how it's shattering. I like the use of that thick. God, I don't want to walk into saying something stupid tonight.
Do it. Just do it.
No, okay. So basically the gutter area, like where that would be considered like the gutter area of the comic book, that it's like thick and black. I really like the use.
Somebody clip that.
I knew that was going to happen. I really like the use of that in combination with the silhouetting and the panel at the bottom there. I think it works really well together in what the colorist did by bringing the color down so that it, like from that blue and fading it into that yellow, so it matches the panel there at the bottom.
Yeah, I like how the cape says an M.
Yes, thank you, Sean. I was just about to point that out.
It does,
Yep.
yes.
No, that was great because I was waiting to point that out. I was like, yeah, that's a fucking M.
It
That's
actually
cool.
kind of looks like the silhouette of the Scarlet Witch.
What?
Oh, I can see that. I hear you.
Because that looks like her original.
I'd have to look it up.
If you look it up, if you look at like her original costuming, basically, I'm trying to think of what it's called. It wasn't necessarily like a cowl, whatever it was on her. It was shaped like that around her face, how it framed her face and went up and everything.
Interesting. Oh, you mean
These
her
faces? Oh,
headdress?
sorry.
No, go ahead.
And whereas that's Pietro there, and this is before they retconned Pietro and Scarlet Witch being siblings, it could be a little ode to that as well.
Oh, what'd you say, Sean? Faces.
Some of his faces, you could tell that he's still swiping from Jim Lee, and he doesn't have enough Joe Mad to look from.
Oh yeah.
So
because this would be early on in his career as well, you know.
What's that?
I said this would be early on in his career as well.
A few years in. You know what's funny? I met Joe Mad in 2013, and a guy before me online was like brought up Roger Cruz, and he's like, his newer shit is awesome. Like whatever he's doing, like from like phenomenal.
Right.
But he kind of brushed off like, yeah, back here he was swiping me, but he gave him nothing but props when I met him a decade ago.
Bearwolf 13 says Age of Apocalypse is the greatest Marvel story arc of all time, in my opinion. I will say it's my favorite X-Men arc. Like that and Executioner song, those are my two favorite.
Top three.
Because Fatal Attractions is also on there for me. Like that was my jam. That was during my time, And Sheldon Martin is appalled. Remember the channel, by the way, of Kayla's Dirty Mind. I just have to say, he's
we're rubbing off on her.
We are all just disavow.
Yes,
Damp and Ocean. He wasn't the main inker. Tim Townsend was, but he's credited here as assists.
It looks like different artist styles here. Like
there is.
He's looking at different artists to get a job done.
No, there is, because another artist is credited, so I'm assuming that he did a few pages or maybe more than a few pages. But Steve
is on this page, yeah.
Steve Epting, Roger Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz did the majority of it. I think he's listed as the main artist, but Epting definitely did some things, and I think you can tell when there's a little bit different. Like they did a good job of keeping it, but
so
yes, you do.
The color
is
different here too, if you notice. So it's not only that. I think this is
two different teams.
I think it's two different duos that are doing it. So I think that's why there's 2 pencilers listed, 2 inkers listed, and 2 colorists listed. That's what makes sense to me. So I think they paired off and did different portions.
It's a double-sized issue too, that was supposed to kick off the whole, because this was before. I'm not sure what the actual first book that came out in this line. If it was there was what?
It was the Joe Maddox.
Was that the Astonishing X-Men one?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't.
They
remember.
both had A's.
Yeah. I can't remember the actual titles of the books offhand. I just remember Weapon X.
Yeah.
Like that Sabretooth is different from the beginning.
Yeah, that's him looking at Jim Lee.
Yeah.
And that's the Savage Dragon.
A little bit.
That's from Joe Mad's issue of Vanguard.
That's funny.
Like, look at Magneto there. It's a totally different. His head looks proportional.
I can't wait till we get to the lab scene.
Oh, with Dark Beast?
Yeah. So cool.
There we go.
Yeah. So fucking cool looking.
Look at those gums on the left of the bishops. I mean, again, that's one of the reasons why I like the kind of the anime manga feel to the Western style stuff that was going on. It took me a second to adjust as a kid because I was so much used to like Jim Lee, Liefeld and all them. When this style came, well, with his big characters, not with everybody though.
Well, that's true. Yeah,
and all of a sudden now the more cartoony stuff with Mad and Cruz and guys like that, it's just the overexpression, very anime, very manga feel. But it looked cool with their style. And I have much more of appreciation for it now than I did when I was a kid. Like, I liked this a lot when I was a kid, but I love it now as an adult looking back. Like I really appreciate what they were trying to do here. Well, this is Roger Cruz in this
Swiping
book.
Joe Mad.
Swipe, yeah, because I thought the same thing too. I thought this was Mad for the longest time when I was younger because they look so similar.
I think Mad's blockier.
At this particular time, I can't remember. I'd have to look at his stuff at this time. Which, by the way, I was going to look at his Age of Apocalypse X-Men run. Might still do that one day.
We should.
I like the Dark Beast. The Dark Beast was a cool character.
It's so
He looks like Blanca from
a little bit
Street Fighter,
except for purple. Or
I know
green,
it's weird.
Color it is.
You know what I see in the smile?
Huh.
Of like that, I see Jack Nicholson.
Okay.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I see that?
I see Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
I really do.
Oh. Dennis Kelly asked, was Cannonball dead in the pile of bodies?
Yes.
I actually didn't even notice that. Good call. Where are the pile of bodies at?
The last page.
Which? Oh, right here?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I didn't even bother to look to see who all was dead.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there's Cannonball right there. Yeah.
What a bunch of bullshit. I don't know, but if you look like, see the little flag thing?
Mm-hmm.
See where it's pointing? Follow your eyes all the way over to the right, and there's just this ass.
Oh, the ass?
Just bent over on this pile. Just randomly, like, I don't know how he met his end, but.
No pun intended.
It wasn't. Yeah, I think it was good. Street Fighter also had a Street Fighter Alpha. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They did.
Yeah, this is definitely like a Capcom kind of feel to this art style.
Yeah.
I wonder when Marvel versus Capcom came out. Actually,
Good question.
It was the 90s.
90s.
It was in
Chat,
the 90s.
somebody find it out in the chat and post it. Chat
I
will
know.
get it.
I played a shit ton of it on PlayStation. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 because I could go Dark Phoenix. Like
I do remember the arcade game.
Annihilate
I
everyone.
think like 2001.
The arcade game, I want to say was like 97, 98.
Yeah. I got
It
the
had to
Dreamcast
be because I remember it
too.
back when they still had small arcades in the mall where I grew up, or the town where I grew up close to. Back when I miss arcades.
Shout out to Phil's Arcade. That was
I was
the
just
greatest
going to
place
say
I've ever
Phil's
been.
Arcade was the shit.
Yeah,
you ever
man.
get a chance to go to 98, says Dennis Kelly. Thank you.
Nice.
I knew the chat would do it. Appreciate you guys.
We appreciate.
If you guys ever get a chance to go to the Chicago area and get a chance to see Phil Diaz's the arcade where they're at, it's awesome. Being there in person, playing all the they had all the classic games. It was so cool.
They had them all.
Mm-hmm.
Played them all. Beat the Turtles. Me and Phoenix Animation.
Nice.
Played all 4 characters at once. It was awesome.
Nice. Me and Wackass tried that with X-Men. We're like, fuck. We're way too high to do it.
We got the Blob, I think, right? I would assume that would be the Blob right there. It's got to be. Who else would it be?
I think that's Fred Dukes.
Who?
Fred Dukes.
I have no
He's
idea.
been
Who that is.
experimenting on him.
Who's Fred Dukes, though? Hail, John. Good to see you, brother. Oh, that's a lot of money, man. All in quarters. I feel you. Pride of the X-Men. That was a good game. And a good show. I love that. To me, that's a Liefeld pose.
Yes, absolutely.
And I love it.
Well, that also too.
That's what I thought. It's the Blob. Gotta be the Blob.
Yeah, but he goes by Fred Dukes in this.
Oh, well, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Bear?
We're all right.
Fred Dukes is the Blob. Yes.
We're all right. Siri
Sorry,
says
I was
out
being
in
technical.
96.
I love those fingers.
Ooh, yeah, the ladies love them too.
Yep.
That's a really
I know
cool
Joe hits the blurriness of
I
love
do.
it.
Thank you for pointing that out. I was just going to say early blur effect. I'm not a fan of it.
I actually
At
think
all.
it works
Covers
for
up the
this
art.
though. I think this
all
works
right.
for this for the storytelling because of what is going on. That's what
I gotta agree with her on this one.
It's all right.
Well, my whole thing is like, if it serves the storytelling purpose, it makes sense. If it doesn't, then it looks shitty. But to me, this is more a demonstration of his powers, and that's why they blurred it out. Because otherwise, if they didn't blur it out, it doesn't have the same effect of the powers that he is using.
It's all right. I'm anti-blur. All right. I've just never liked blur at all in comics. Just can't do it. Takes away my art, takes away the line art.
So one thing that I do wish they
Don't
did.
tell us.
Just
it won't come true.
Well, no, it's just one thing that I do wish about this panel here. Is
speak about it.
Instead of all of the line work on his body that we see, I would have loved to see some of those lines more behind him as speed lines.
Oh, I
done
got you.
In the kind of manga style or anime, like that style that you see with like Dragon Ball Z is famous for it, because I think it would have conveyed so much more movement. And
I would have definitely put more speed lines if I was drawing it. That's just me, because I like speed lines.
Like
I do like the line work on the front of his body though. But just add more speed lines. Let's go.
They did it to, I think the reason why they shaded it like that, it's basically, you know, they are trying to convey movement and also make him look larger and more intimidating, because they did it towards the middle. And if you notice, like the outside where it's not as dark, it's to give the illusion of how massive he is in size. But I just wish they would have brought more lines behind him, because it would convey more movement and it would make it look more dynamic looking. That's just my personal opinion. And I do like the hair in the corner there, like of that panel.
Which corner?
On Dark Beast.
Oh, on Dark Beast.
I don't like the lighting of that.
Tell us about it, man.
I think because his whole face is blacked out.
Yeah,
and then you're rendering the body, and then you got the lighting on the side. So where's the light actually coming from? And then you got light on the hands. So where's the light coming from? Where's the light source coming from?
It has to be multiple sources, which I think is what the colorist had to do. Yeah.
Well, it's because if you look in the bottom panel, who shows up and what's going on, that's why there's a red tone to it.
Yeah, but if there's a light source coming up towards the hands, then the light source should be hitting the body, the bottom of the body as well.
Well, technically, it's hitting the mid-center of the body.
Well, his face is not hitting his face; it's all blocked out.
No, and that's intentional. That's done to make him look more formidable and intimidating. So,
you concur, Joe?
I do.
Okay.
Dennis Kelly says, yes, the Renal Rain Cyclops.
I call it the Kurt Russell Cyclops. Like
Kurt Russell from where?
Escape from New York. It's like
you just sounded like you're from the North Jersey, New York.
Say it again.
You talking properly?
New York?
Love it.
New York.
No,
a little Snake Plissken going on. I could see that.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I see that. I like how they were singular. Granted, he only had the one eye. I always thought it would be cooler if, it was sunglasses like that in the design.
Yeah, because Wolverine took out his other eye in the storyline, right? Yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, you want to talk about it? Yeah, Cyclops is badass in this. Come on now. Yeah, Scott Plissken.
Tell me it doesn't, though.
No, it does. Now that you said it, I'm down. I'm down with that. Yeah, I'll agree with that as well.
Dude, the hair fucking rocks. I'm about this hair.
Oh, Kayla's got an appreciation.
See, this is Steve. Is that Steve Upton?
It's got to be, because the Sinister looks different than when you see Sinister a little bit later.
It could be the coloring that's throwing me off, though.
That could be too. I do feel like it's different though.
Yeah.
So Sinister kind of looks.
I like the Sinister face by my thumb there.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, but he looks.
Nice.
He looks like
that was you, Jay. I know it was.
No, it was
Sean.
Not.
What happened?
You know what happened.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
No, I can't do it.
Okay, so it wasn't,
A fart?
I do have to say, Scott Summers looks like the lead singer for Winger. I don't know, like he just looks.
I don't know
really,
who Winga is. Which
Oh,
Winga?
so young. So young, chat.
So young, yes.
52%, by the way, to 48%. So Madelyne Pryor is making a comeback. We'll see if we can get there before the end of the show. Oh,
That's intricate as fuck.
Yeah, I dig this a lot.
That's insane. That's Mobius level.
Yeah, imagine these
Yeah, that's cool as
perspective
fuck.
grids.
That's like
Yeah, I can't even see like
very European looking. This looks
Yeah.
very
Mhm.
European, like what is it called?
Avant-garde.
Destiny? Band-Aid Destiny. Like what
that.
can
I have no
word
idea.
right now. It's a word for European comic books, like what they call.
European.
That's
But
what I'm
this
saying,
definitely
Michael.
is very Mobius like. I see Mobius here, like in
He didn't fart. Look,
Now he's got to defend himself.
pants on?
the fucking chair.
It's all stained. Why does Sinister look like Bloodshot?
He does a little bit.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see
does
that.
a little bit. I can see
And
that
then
now.
he kind of has like the ribbing on his legs, like Colossus, which kind of is a little odd choice. But then again,
I mean, he always kind of had that on his costume in his midsection. He always kind of had the ribbing going on.
And he just had the big boots.
Yeah.
Remember Jim Lee's design for the X-Men Wildcats?
yeah, I do.
Fuck.
Like his legs, he had something like that. Less boots.
Yes, I think. Nah, I can't remember.
I can't get
As
used
far
to
as this cityscape or whatever you want to call it here, I think if I was drawing this, I would have drawn it without perspective. To be honest with you.
Yeah, who would have known? You know.
Yeah, just I wouldn't even bother with it.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you again. L'chaim. Bearwolf 13 says his optic blasts are more powerful in the Age of Apocalypse because he didn't hold back. Think how powerful it would be if he melted adamantium. Oh.
Well, it's not
Oh.
heat. It's force. It's an.
Oh, I guess
optic
that's true.
blast.
Isn't it? Somebody said, and I never knew this, but somebody said this the other day that his power is actually like he pulls it from another dimension.
Oh, I don't know about that. That'd be
Has anyone
cool.
heard that before? Like he actually pulls it from like a different.
I've
Somebody was
never heard of
explaining it
that.
to me. I never heard it before. I was listening to people talk online. I was watching a show, and they were talking about the X-Men's powers, and they started talking about Apocalypse, and they're like, "Oh, it's really cool because he pulls like the power when he opens his eyes. He actually pulls some energy from a different dimension, which is how he creates his blast." I don't know. It's the first time I heard about that.
I thought it
Sounded
was
cool.
from Jean Grey giving him blue balls, so he had to like release the from the.
That's definitely it.
set of balls.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Makes
that would make
sense.
more sense.
Yeah.
That would definitely make more sense.
But if you check out the X-Men series that Brett did a couple of years back, they go on to explain that it's force and all that scientific jargon.
See, Dennis Kelly's backing me up. He says Cyclops' powers is from an alternate dimension.
Okay. Cool.
I think that's cool. I didn't know too
Yeah.
much about it. Somebody
So
started
what-
talking about it, and I was like, cool.
So that force, when you're talking about the force, then when he shoots it at the Sentinels and they melt, why does that happen? Or is that just all force generated? Like the force? Is
I'm
so
sure it's
great
something
So
that they
where they are right
retconned.
now, they're in heaven right now.
Right here?
They're in heaven.
Like heaven? Like where
Well,
God's
they're
at?
in this nightclub called Heaven.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
Angel
I-
is the
I'm-
owner of
That makes sense with
this
Angel.
place, right?
You lost me there for a second.
So
Yeah, we were talking about something totally different.
they tell you.
I know, I was like,
So
Gail,
Angel
you missed it.
basically
We were
cut.
talking anyway, yes.
Angel basically
Do
cut
the
a
squirrel.
deal with. What? What did I do? I'm talking about the story here. I'm just explaining.
What?
So that I may talk. Squirrel! My master is good.
dude,
I
she
need
almost
one of
called us
those-
assholes.
I need one
I
of
know.
those. No, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say I need one of those collars. Clearly,
All
No,
right.
we were talking about Cyclops and his blast, and then you just went into like this
Oh,
isn't
because
heaven. I was like, what?
I
Wait,
thought they
what?
were talking about the Sentinels. Like I thought.
No.
He
Oh,
meant
I guess-
something about the Sentinels.
Okay.
Okay,
My
I can
bad.
see where you got
I
that. Yeah,
I
yeah,
brought up
yeah.
Sentinels when they're attacking, and when Cyclops shoots, the power that generates it melts like the Sentinels.
Oh well, I thought you were
like-
talking about like here. Why is there the force field and everything that's going on? Like that's.
Oh Oh, Michael said, I mean, with a name like Goblin Queen, one really wants to see if she lives up to the hype. You know what I mean?
No, because she gave birth to Nathan, so she's not really the Goblin.
That's well in the show. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, good point. But I like that. That's a good one. Appreciate you.
I always wonder if she was called the Goblin Queen because David Bowie.
No, I can't stop thinking about that.
Labyrinth.
I like that. I'm down with that.
Because
one of Kayla's favorites. That's
I love that movie.
Favorites.
I love the
That's
Labyrinth.
one of my favorites.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah. Top
Jennifer
10.
Connelly, let's go.
Oh my god.
She was
So in
so
love with her
beautiful.
when I was younger.
She's still beautiful
Angel.
now.
She's timeless.
Yeah, she's still good looking.
She's absolutely gorgeous.
Angel looks cool in this book.
Yeah.
So does Gambit. I mean,
Yeah.
that shot. I just love that how bringing a character in, in the dark like that with just the red eyes glowing. I mean, he's fucking pissed in this. Like he just looks badass.
That's
I like
a great
the shading.
gradation on the nose.
Thank you. Talk about it. I was just gonna say it. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I
You beat me
just
to it.
like the hatching because it's really tough to bleed that in. So many thin lines and then sharp black with a little bit of white cuts, and then the top ones above the nostrils. That's tough, dude.
No, that's the kind of stuff I love.
Yeah.
The lighting.
Considering
like
where
that,
the
I
light
love.
source is coming from, that's perfect.
See, Jay's talking a foreign language to me. He's very like smart about like the lighting. I'm like, what did Will's Portasio do, and how can I steal it?
Right.
But Jay knows his shit. I love it. It's great.
Dennis Kelly
really.
said, I think it's called the punch dimension where Sykes gets or draws the powers from. Okay, interesting. I just heard about this the other day, so that's news to me. That's kind of cool. I like that. Gives a different kind of element to it. The punch dimension is dimension of pure concussive force. That's where his powers come from. Okay, so it's like that's
There's
cool.
Sebastian Shaw, that piece of shit.
There he is. Look at him.
Apparently, Havoc and the Porter, the alien Hispanic chick, have it too.
Really?
Yeah.
From the same dimension, the punch dimension?
Yes, that's what it's showing.
I need to check that out. Do some research. So here's Rogue and Magneto's kid with this space nanny, whatever whoever that is.
That's me.
Yeah. Again, kids suck to draw. I'll say, which is why I'll never draw a kid in a comic book ever. That's why I just kind of skipped over that page. Let's go. Kids can look scared if you don't draw them right. They look,
The kid is scary. It's like a grown man saying, "Daddy."
I know. It's like if I was ever drawing a comic and somebody was like, "I need you to draw this baby and this kid," I'm like, "Nah, we'll figure something else out."
They're off panel.
Yeah, off panel. Yeah, silhouette. They're just all silhouette.
I just realized something. When you go down this page here.
We go down all the time. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? What? On chicks. On chicks.
Oh,
It's the same thing.
yeah.
It's the same thing. Come on, dude. How's your mind going?
That image of Rogue as you're going down the page here.
What, by Magneto there?
Right there.
Oh, right there.
Right. Yeah. I just thought, wouldn't Megan Fox be a perfect
Oh yeah, that face.
Megan, I mean, now I think she looks a little. I don't know if she's had any work.
Not
but back
now.
in like the early 2000s when she was becoming big and stuff like that. Like like she was gorgeous back then.
She had work done then too. She was already a nose job and lip implants in.
Oh, that okay. Well, she looked fine then. That kind of work, I'll put a stamp on. Let's go. You're fine with that.
I don't see that being Megan Fox. No,
you wouldn't, Kayla.
The face is too angular. I'm not a hater. Beauty is beauty. So
yeah, she's not the greatest actress, but we don't check her movies out because she can act.
We check out her movies for her movies.
Yeah, I was like, let's be real, guys.
She's
2007
no
Fox.
Gonzalez. Sorry.
She acted?
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, like wait, she's an actress?
What?
That shot of Bishop getting blasted into the wall, that's from a Savage Dragon. I mean Vanguard 3.
Let me back up here. Are you saying they're swiping this?
Yeah.
We need to check that out.
Swipe
Damn
or
it.
swipe.
Swipe or swiping. Swipe. The dialogue is cramped. Yeah,
I
there's a lot
think
of
this
dialogue
is
in
the
here.
best. Yeah, that's the best. He's doing like mental illusions.
Yeah, I didn't know who these characters were in this one.
Well,
did they change Holocaust's name recently because people were offended by the term Holocaust?
Did
well, it's Mikhail Rasputin is Holocaust. So or it's Michael.
I don't know this character.
It's spelled differently. Or it's Mikhail. It's spelled like Mikhail.
It's just pronounced differently, right?
Michael. I don't know if it's Michael or.
I think it's Mikhail.
Mikhail.
Mikhail's Navy.
There we go. Okay.
That's so cool.
This is cool on two different fronts. Sorry. Check one. Thank you. I think these are two different artists here. The rendering is so different on both pages. Like,
yes,
one, I think Cruz is on the left, maybe.
Yeah,
and you got to have Stefan. Is that his name? And Pinocchian on the right. But I dig it. I like the way Apocalypse looks. Yeah, it's the animated style, like with the big upper body, wide shoulders and stuff, skinny waist, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and then you got
the one. Oh, sorry.
I was saying then you got a little bit more of a little traditional, more body style here on the right, but there's something about the right page, the rendering, the shadow, the lighting that they use on that page is just phenomenal.
It's cleaner,
love it.
It's grittier.
Yeah,
but the one on the left looks like Magic Mini Mike. He's not back in any heat there. He's Mini Mike, Magic Mini Mike.
It's kind of a small crotch.
Well, right. It's a Sabretooth is the one that's packing.
Sabretooth was packing.
He starts the show in Vegas. He doesn't. He's not the finish.
Yeah, Apocalypse. He's got to be impressive in other areas, I guess. Apparently.
Look, the arrow's pointing down.
The what?
There's an arrow on his crotch.
Yeah. Oh, love the mini Mike.
Well, he's a grower, not a shower.
To me,
he's a grower, not a shower. Yeah.
To me, that's very Rob Liefeld-esque.
What? Wait. Be careful what you say next.
Yeah.
Know what do you mean?
Don't knock my boy.
What do you mean? I'm just saying the size proportions and everything on the left-hand page. That
I think that's even more exaggerated than Rob did. I mean, Rob exaggerated, but he still kind of kept within a proportion.
But that's
like
who
this is
I
like
think,
Eric Larson, modern Savage
I,
Dragon.
That's who I think started doing those exaggerated proportions to that extent.
To that extent?
Yeah, I think that he did a lot of exaggerated proportions. I felt yes. And
I feel like to this extent, like this to me is unique.
Adams did too. Yes, absolutely. That's where Liefeld learned it from.
But this style, this exaggerated, where you have this big of an upper body, that skinny of a waist, and all that stuff, I think is more prevalent with these guys when they came in. Like, you can have a skinny waist, but I don't think our Liefeld ever exaggerated it to that much. I'm looking purely at the body. Yeah, he did the shoulder pads and stuff like that, but.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, like the shoulder pads and.
Okay, see, I was talking more about like the body.
Yeah,
his arms are.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Like, then his legs are skinny and then his calves are huge.
Yeah, because the body reminds me of like Eric Larson when he would draw the Savage Dragon later on, which just got ridiculous.
But then here,
Sinister looks great here.
Yeah. See, yes, that is a badass Sinister right there.
Yeah,
I don't like the colors.
He has a mullet.
Come on, Matt.
Beads.
I don't agree with any of you guys.
He literally has a mullet with beads.
Oh. A mullet with what?
Maybe he went to
Sinister has a mullet. He has a mullet with freaking beads. Like
he
went to the islands and had a vacation, and he just.
Well, technically, I think they're in. I think where they are is Eurasia. So.
What do you call me?
Where they are, it's called Eurasia. They're in Eurasia.
I'm not Asia. You're Asia.
Oh, Beowulf. Yeah. Beowulf 13 raises a good point here. Says Apocalypse can grow any part of his body. That's. Right. Oh, I didn't think about it in that way until right now. That's a good point. Oh, okay. You calm down, Matt. You calm down. All right.
That's
All I
not
have to
right.
say.
I'm not laughing
That's
at
just-
that. I'm laughing
that's
at the
just-
apocalypse. Lips.
Oh, the lips?
Yeah.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on, guys. Let's
What
be a
kind
little
of
mature.
shit are we
Let's be a little
on
mature
tonight?
on this show.
I know
Yeah.
I'm like all amped up for no reason, but it must be all of us because we're on another level this evening.
I'm just exhausted. I apologize.
All right, here we go.
That was
Introduction
so
of
cool.
Wolverine Weapon X.
What a great page.
I love it. I love the way Logan looks here. Just
Mhm.
badass as usual. Got him.
Well, they're in London right now.
Damn, how many places did they go?
All
Well, they
around the
weren't there.
world.
I didn't realize they jumped all around the world in this.
He loves. You can tell Joe Mad with his mouth. Like
Mm.
they're always big and they're gritting. They're gritting,
The gummy.
grinding,
big gum.
grinding. That's what. Yeah. Okay.
Grindy big teeth and gums.
Grinding.
I gotta say, I love Jean Grey's design in this world.
Hmm.
I love how limber she is.
Like a little bit more twisty, a little bit boob window going on. Yeah. Schnink. You know what's going on.
To me,
The
that's
short
very
hair is a kind of
Disney.
a.
The short hair doesn't do it for you?
Yeah, it's a boner kill. It doesn't do anything.
What?
Yeah,
She'd be bold.
I think she looks
I was gonna
great.
say I'm not looking at her face.
true.
Michael says I'm looking at Apocalypse lips and I think Megan Fox 2024. Just saying.
This
Yeah,
is
those
when like
lips are long.
I'm trying to think. Emma Frost is supposed to be lobotomized, and so is
Yeah.
Nico
Okay.
as well,
You know,
like, lobotomized in this.
I couldn't because I didn't really read this because I haven't really read this. You know, I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on in this scene. So thank you for clarifying that.
And that's Brian. What the fuck is his last name? Brian Braddock, who was
Britain.
Captain Britain.
Yeah, Britain.
What?
But look at the chick right there.
Mhm.
That's M or Monet from the Phalanx Covenant from Joe Mad. A few issues prior.
Huh.
Yeah.
I know.
This book is whole swiped, but I love it.
That is interesting, man.
Mhm.
I did not realize that there was so much
that
swiping going on.
that middle panel looks John Dave Cockrum style.
Yes, I
John
agree.
Byrne, John Byrne, Dave Cockrum.
Yeah.
And that's Moira McTaggart.
Moira.
Yeah.
Moira.
Moira.
I know like Trask is in this too at some point. So fucking cool. So this is an arc where they are together in
Yeah.
Apocalypse. Yes.
That's what was cool about the changing up of the story and just seeing where the characters went, you know, who got with who,
Can we
feuds and
just
all this
talk-
kind of stuff.
Can we
What?
just talk about how beautiful those first two panels are?
Sure. Talk about it.
So the first panel there,
Mhm.
the angle of the body, the proportioning of her bum and everything, her
Mhm,
back,
mhm.
the nice arch in the back.
Good arch.
How
Yeah.
she's looking back, just the head turn. Her eyes are almost very cat-like there. It just conveys sensuality to me. I like the folds in her clothing. It's
Yeah, the big old
interesting to
puffy
me how
shoulders
they
and arms.
so they did this too with Sabretooth in another shot. I realized too. It's the blacking out of his eyes. Like they're doing it here with Wolverine as well. But the second panel, that is such a gorgeous side profile. I
Yeah, like the
really
eyes, lips.
love, the eyes and the lips. It's just so beautiful.
Yes, she does.
Yeah,
Got
that's
to.
Blink on the right, and then that's probably another Blink, or maybe
I don't like the side profile.
I
What?
love it.
Well, I don't
Just-
like the nose to
Tell
the
us about
lips. It's just like it's very anime manga looking.
You like
Very
ass
Tim
mouth?
Sale. That's very Tim Sale looking to me.
Mm.
You ever seen Tim Sale, how he drew Catwoman from the side? That's
Mm,
very much
I
what
did
that
not.
reminds me of.
Yeah, It's a good call.
Take a
And
look
then
at her
Eugene-
ass on the left. It looks like an M.
Yeah. Well,
Dude,
look at
that's
Eugene Levy.
She actually has a J butt.
A what? Huh?
So there are
Jay,
different.
stand up. Let me see your ass.
There are
Mine? Me?
different
Or Jay?
butt-
Yeah, Jay. Let's figure it out.
So there are different butt shapes. There's the W butt, which the W butt is like it's shaped like a W, like this. It's like flat. There's the J butt, which a J butt, it's basically it's like this at the top, and then it hooks underneath. She has a J butt, and then there's a B butt, which a B butt is like this. It's like a B. You know, that's a
What you
different
got?
butt shapes.
Butt sizes with Kayla.
It's a J butt. It's a J butt. So it curves like that and it hooks under where there's more flesh at the bottom of the ass and the top of the ass. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I get what you're saying now.
Oh.
Lurch says, I love this channel. Thank you.
We love you.
We love you.
Hit subscribe. Hit the
Wolverine's
notifications.
eyebrows.
And
Yeah.
back type 1. Don't
Why
be a
does he
bum.
look like? Why does he look like Eugene Levy here? Like he's got like these huge eyebrows.
Because he's
Feral?
supposed to be like yeah, he's
He's
feral.
more
Yeah.
feral. Yeah, he's in this. He's not going by Wolverine. He's going by Weapon X. So meaning
Yeah.
that he is in his most raw, ferocious, feral state.
I always thought you could get away with crazier eyebrows when it came to Wolverine anyway, just because he was you
Supposed
wanted
to
to
be
have
hairy.
that kind of wolf man kind of look, like that. Yeah, he's hairy. He's a freaking Wolverine,
And Charles
That's cool.
wasn't around to help tame him and pull back the beast.
There you go. There you go.
Well, that's why he's with Jean Grey.
EWJ butts. Don't forget pancakes.
Well, that's a W butt.
Titties?
The W butt can be wide and flat, or it can be more hips. But
What
it's
about
a
the
flat
heart?
butt.
Round.
This is the best show ever.
Like
A
a peach,
round butt is a B butt, like that.
like a peach butt.
And then there's a heart-shaped butt. The
A
heart-shaped.
heart-shaped butt.
Well, the heart-shaped butt it's like fleshier at the bottom. It's shaped like a heart. It's like an upside down heart, like
I can get down on that.
I could definitely go down.
I could poke around in there.
This was a cool sequence of
The
Magneto
Savage Land?
seeing the world that was. You got the Savage Land, Rogue and Wolverine, Rogue and Magneto from I'm pretty sure it was Jim Lee
Yes.
drawing. I can't remember what issue.
268, I believe, inked by Art T. Bear.
There you
Or
go.
269.
Nailed
I think it was 268 though. It was 268 or 69. The Ms. Marvel one. That's my favorite Jim Lee book.
Hell yes. Sheldon Martin said, "Can W's be B's too?"
If it's an extra wide fat ass, yeah. I mean, there can be combination butts too, but I'm just saying these are like the certain shapes of butts. So
I love how Magneto sees the alternate timeline where Xavier wiped his mind.
well, what's
I love it.
interesting too, remember how I brought up at the beginning Scarlet Witch with a cape? You look at that top panel.
I don't remember that. I thought Sean brought that up.
What top panel?
Well, no, Sean brought up the Magneto being the cape, and I said it looks more like Scarlet Witch. If you look at the top panel of the right page,
Oh, there she is.
see the shape?
Yeah.
Mm.
And so she wasn't in the Age of Apocalypse, right?
I believe she's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, is she dead?
So pretty much her and Jean Grey have not existed together in many different timelines. Like House of M, there was no Jean Grey in the House of M timeline because had Jean Grey existed, Jean Grey's strength is in the mind. She's weak in the mind, which means that there would be no House of M if Jean Grey was around. Yes, Holocaust had killed
Okay.
Scarlet.
Okay.
What about SWV being weak in the knees?
Until recently they tried to have they did the Jean Grey series and she met with Scarlet Witch and was supposed to be it was actually a cool concept where she went around the Marvel universe and trained with different characters, a young Jean Grey that was stuck from the past into the future.
Bearwolf 13 is saying, "I'm doing a reread of the X-Men from the start to finish. Right now, I'm on issue 140. Nice, man.
Nice.
Good for you."
I wish Joe was into Barry Windsor Smith X-Men because there's some really beautiful art.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
I just don't own it. A lot of the stuff we look at, it's got to be things I own. You know,
I can acquire it illegally. If
well,
we could go
I've
down.
also said if anybody else that's co-host on this wants to take a video, I will look at that. But you guys got to do it.
It'll be images.
I'll
spliced
do a
together.
video, but it won't be of comics.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
Oh.
be the gooch.
Yeah.
Dark. Yeah. Weak in the mind,
Oh.
but strong with the WB. I like it.
Oh, there's another shot from Savage Dragon.
That Gambit shot is a shot from a Gambit pose by Adam Kubert.
Yes. Good call.
Now that you've kind of pointed out some of the swipes, I'm actually seeing it, and that's a straight up Adam Kubert. Except in Adam Kubert's, he's throwing his cards and he's got his staff, I think, in his left hand.
Yep.
As he's jumping.
Joe Mad called him out in X-Men 325 in
did he?
the subway scene on graffiti. It says "Crew swipes again."
No shit.
Shit, yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess this was kind of like the swiping time because I feel like during this period there were a lot of other swipes going on in different issues.
Because Cruz did like a couple of issues of X-Men of Uncanny like right before this, and he was really Jim Lee, and it was really good, like really, really good. And then like, wow.
What the hell is on there?
Green peppers.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then he came to do this, and it was just a hodgepodge of Joe Madureira stuff, which was coming hot at the time of.
It definitely was, yeah, for
comics.
sure. I guess I just didn't realize there was so much swiping going on by Cruz. I still love this comic, but
oh yeah, without a doubt. Like, please forgive me if it sounds like I'm being a.
no. It just made me
Harry.
look at it in a slightly different way. Now that you're bringing it up, and I'm kind of now noticing some other things. I mean, I still dig it. Don't get me wrong. So Lurch said Gambit and Rogue are my favorite X-Men. Dude, when I was a kid, I wanted to be Gambit because I wanted to be inside Rogue. Yeah.
But he couldn't be.
So,
but I couldn't be. I would have risked it all.
You know what this
He could have. If he wrapped it, he could have.
That's a good point. See?
That is a good point.
See?
That
is a loophole they
sense.
never covered in the comics.
Yeah.
Yep.
They could have absolutely done that.
Chris Claremont, the genius, my ass.
Kayla's lipstick is being put to the test for that pizza. Yeah, you never put that lipstick on and then eat pizza.
I don't care.
It's still on.
That's well, there you go.
Partially.
Yeah. Success.
Oh.
That's what
Success.
I'm on.
There's the tick again.
Mm.
There was a tick. Where's the tick? I missed a tick. Oh, because of the chins? I got you. All right, this last page.
So,
pretty cool. But I think
who
this
does
is
that
some
remind you of?
Huh? Of what?
John
Whose
Byrne.
artwork? No. Whose
John
artwork does that
Adams.
remind you of? Nope.
Dave Cockrum.
Nope.
Mobius.
Nope.
Adam Kubert.
Nope.
Barry
Art
Windsor
Adams.
Smith.
Nope.
Tom Dasher.
Nope. They did the Silver Surfer.
Renee Russo. Oh, Ron Lim.
Ron Lim.
John Buscema.
Jack Kirby. Neil Adams.
Paul Ryan.
Think about who did some trippy ass art.
Jim Starlin.
There you go.
I like how we just guessed like 50 names. And then she's finally like, that's it. You guys got it. You saw it. Like, no, we didn't. We just guessed a bunch of names.
Yeah. It's in the Marvel catalog.
I was going to say until you said that's it.
You did it.
Chat's joining in. They're saying Buscema,
See?
Duranko, Stalin. Yeah,
Stalin.
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 I have not looked at
Doesn't
enough.
get enough credit, in my opinion, for all the amazing shit that he's done. Super trippy.
Yeah. Well, they used to walk around Manhattan tripping on balls, just talking
Yeah, they
about
did.
plot lines and shit.
My dad was talking about that the other day, how they were on a
Mhm.
bunch of drugs.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
You could tell with the writing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on.
He's like,
No,
they
I was
were-
going to say with this page, it's some early like computer generated images.
Mm-hmm.
You got this well, whatever planet this is, the blue planet, you got Earth. Like, I don't think those are drawn. I really think that those are put in by computers, like computer imagery, because there's a different sense to this entire page besides the crystalline entity that is coming in. But I mean, this was a fun book, and it led into a really awesome story arc. I've got most of the issues. I don't think I collected. There was a Generation X one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I collected that one. Whatever book that was called. I don't think I have that in the series. But
that was pretty good. That was some really good Chris Bocello art. Like, it was really funky and graphically designy. Like, it was good.
I think that's probably I think that's probably why it probably turned me off at the time, just with my style of art. It just didn't match up.
That.
Yeah. But I had Weapon X, I had both the X-Men books.
Did you get Gambit and the Eternals by Tony Daniel?
No. Okay, that's another one I didn't get. I'm gonna have to look that up. I didn't realize Tony Daniel did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was also, I think it's called Universe X.
He just did another
Carl Pacheco
X-Men book, Tony Daniels. He just put out a picture. He's still doing X-Men.
What, right now? Current?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, nice.
I wonder, is he part of the new X-Men launch with what's his name?
I know Stegman's doing it.
Stegman. Yeah, you got Stegman.
That looks pretty good.
You got Diaz is doing one. Netho Diaz is doing the Heir of Apocalypse, which I'm really looking forward to. I think that's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
By the way, the poll is now very tight at 51% no, but 49% yes. So that's damn near 50-50. We're just going to call it 50-50. I'm going to say I'm right. And that's just all that matters.
Yeah,
X-Man. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
but I never read it, but I did see that title continued. I forgot
Jeff
about that.
Loeb,
There was the X-Man title. Yeah.
Steven Scrooge drew it. Roger Cruz.
Yeah.
That was a great series. I like that a lot.
What?
What?
You thought X-Man was a great series?
Yeah, I like the art.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Kayla, you gotta remember what show you're on.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when I'm like, I like the new X-Men run with Mark Silvestri. She was like, yeah, the art's good, but the story sucks. I'm like,
the story sucks.
Wait, new X-Men? You're talking about the Grant Morrison run?
Yeah, that run sucked.
I didn't mind the Grant Morrison run, to be honest. Yeah, it's not cool. The absolute worst. There's been way worse.
Yeah, no will win when
recycling the same story.
Everything
keep recycling the same story.
Comparison to what Chris Claremont wrote, because Chris Claremont will always be the definitive writer for the X-Men. He's Chris fucking Claremont. He is a god.
Yeah, but you know, without like John Byrne, Terry Austin, Paul Smith.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I like Claremont.
It'd be pros.
Yeah, Claremont wrote the most, I would say, but some of my favorite stories that were told were not written by Claremont. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But a lot of it had to do with the era I grew up in too, you know? So,
the best-selling X-Men book of all time was written by Claremont.
It was scripted by Claremont.
No, he wrote it. The first,
Jim Lee.
Jim Lee didn't write it. Jim Lee drew it.
Jim Lee plotted it.
That's Jim Lee's book with Chris Claremont.
Yeah.
Just
all Claremont did was put script to it.
Wrote the first 2 or was it 4 issues of that series.
He scripted, but that was a book created specifically for Jim Lee by Jim Lee for Marvel.
Yeah.
He plotted it. The story was his, is what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And Claremont scripted most of it. It's why Claremont left after a while, because Jim Lee had too much power on the book.
No, there was an issue with editorial, according to Chris Claremont.
Well, according to
Jim Lee.
Yeah,
Jim Lee was such a popular character. He did reruns of Chris Claremont's stories.
That's what he
did.
Chris
Claremont didn't want to do, but he was Jim Lee, and he was getting those fucking people in the stores to buy him.
Yeah, because Jim Lee was getting powerful. You know, like that's the age of the artists when the writers were kind of getting the back seats. Why, you know, Liefeld took over his book and pushed out the people that he pushed out because it was more, the stuff he was doing.
He was agreed that he would be able to write afterwards because that book was being canceled.
When I say pushed out, I don't mean like
we need to
like
clarify
a
because
takeover.
we have people.
That's true. Yeah. He didn't come. Yeah, he came over. He came on. They were like they brought him on to take over.
Was innovative.
Preach it.
Yeah. No argument there.
Whether you like Liefeld or not, which everyone here likes Liefeld, I believe.
Yeah.
But whether you like him or not, you cannot deny the influence that he had, the originality that he had, and his ability to create things. He was very innovative. He was young when he came into the industry too. So you have to respect him for his contributions and what he did and the originality that he had that so many people lack nowadays.
You're right.
Well, he had a passion for comics.
You're right. You're all right.
But back to the other point, we were just saying that the X-Men, even though Claremont was on it, his writing was uncanny, right? X-Men rolled around, and that was primarily Jim Lee's book with Claremont scripting everything.
I would listen to Chris Claremont's interview on it because I'm going to take the word of Chris Claremont, who will speak out over the atrocity of that. Yes, you want to know why? You want to know why? Because he will publicly speak out over the atrocities that are being done in current times about his work, whereas other people won't.
I don't see why that.
Other people will not speak out on it because he's telling the truth. Where there are so many people in the industry that do not want to tell the truth because they're scared.
Okay, well, I will say that Rob Liefeld does the same thing. And Rob Liefeld,
I don't know if
it's about, he talks about that situation in Marvel in a completely different light.
Yeah.
John Byrne has something to say about that because John Byrne says that he created.
Well, yeah. Byrne's egotistic.
I thought he was a nice guy.
I'm just saying everybody's got their own version of the truth. Now you can follow whatever version
I really do love that Chris Claremont calls him the Canadian though.
Yeah.
The Canadian.
Oh, he does. Nice. But yeah, I mean you can follow any version of the truth that you want. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle, but when it comes to that specific era at that time, the new wave, which were the Jim Lees, the Liefelds, the McFarlanes, and all of them were taking, and they were pushing out, and not like they were purposely doing it, but Marvel was going like, "Hey, you guys are the hot ticket. You want to book Jim Lee? You want X-Men #1? We're going to sell this many. You do it. What do you want to do? This is your plot. Chris Claremont, we're going to put it with you. You script it. Blah blah blah, and that became X-Men #1. So to me, it's Jim Lee's book.
Numbers
there's
don't lie.
Something to be said though. There is something to be said that when people come into most shops and they want to read X-Men, they're not going and looking for 90s X-Men all the time.
Because they have it.
Because they printed so many of those.
That's not true. They're going and looking for Chris Claremont's X-Men writing.
Are you telling them to go to Chris Claremont's X-Men?
I definitely, if you come into the shop,
in, like, we want to check out X-Men. What's a good one to start with? She's like Chris Claremont. Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah.
They're like, okay.
Claremont and Byrne created something, and Cockrum created something really magical in the late 70s to the 80s. Mm-hmm. They had these incredible stories. Like they had the Phoenix, they had the Hellbester. In the 70s and 80s, Sylvester?
No, in the late in Sylvester was in the 80s working on X-Men with Claremont. Yes.
Yeah, uncanny.
Well, no, I believe Jay was talking about what Cockrum and Byrne and Claremont were doing.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, those arcs are like
phenomenal.
No one can touch those.
Yeah,
like they just. So I mean,
fantastic.
I just find it funny. I was going to bring this up. I find it funny that Marvel is now trying to bring all these storytellers and these artists back, because of the sales have plummeted so bad that they're trying to bring back that magic that once was there. I don't think it ever can happen again, because I think comics have kind of died. They're on their lifeline, because they don't have a strong editor. They don't have that Jim Shooter. They don't have that person that gives them a direction that plans for 3
editing
years.
sucks. No.
Yeah. And then you see Tom Taylor with his post yesterday and seeing what's happening with Tom Taylor now.
What's happening with Tom Taylor?
I didn't see that.
Oh, well, Tom Taylor is like, he's flipping onto the other side now because he was like the big woke mind of comics. Like, because he did the Superman, bringing him out as bisexual and gay and all that kind of stuff. Now he's going back to, I just break comics. And he's getting away because now he sees how crazy the woke hive mind is. Because now they're attacking him and burning.
Oh yeah, they eat their own. That's what happens.
Yeah, and so now he's just like, because, and I think the term definitely woke goes broke was thrown out there as well. So, and Mark Millar's, backing him, and so now you're seeing these guys that are struggling because of this message, and they're struggling. Money's not there. Now they're going back to the other side of the fence.
Well, this is the thing. When you sacrifice with a comic book, the artwork and the story need to be equally strong. And the reason why comics books suffer nowadays, it's not necessarily because the art, because there are a ton of amazing artists that are working in mainstream comics. I mean, and people are lying to themselves when they say that is not true. There is multiples of them. Yes, there are really bad panels that people can pull out. But the problem with the comics nowadays is the writing. It is the writing. Jaro, here's the thing. So
wait. Let me read it. Shush. I've been waiting to read this while everybody talks. Can't steal it from me. Jaro said Jim Lee had creative control of the X-Men book. Claremont wrote all the dialogue, narration, etc., but Jim Lee called the shots.
So Jim Lee was calling the shots on Claremont for Claremont to rewrite things that he already wrote. That makes no sense. He wrote all the dialogue, the narration, etc. So that means that Jim didn't write it. He just had the creative vision of where he wanted the X-Men to move.
you have a little bit of a misunderstanding. So a lot of people worked with people that did the script, and so they did the plot and they drew it, handed off to somebody else to do the dialogue to bring it all together because they didn't want to do it or didn't have the capability to write good dialogue. But the story was still theirs. The story was what they wanted to do, the story beats and all that kind of stuff. So what Jaro is saying here is that Jim Lee, they were giving him a book. They probably talked about it in the big X meetings and all this kind of stuff. What do you want to do with the book? Where you want to go? He's like, this is what I want to do. This is my loose plot. We're going to draw it. Claremont's going to come in, bring it all together, put a nice bow on it with all the scripting and all that kind of stuff. I think that's what happened. So it was still written, by Jim Lee, even though the script, the dialogue, and all that stuff was written by Chris Claremont. I think
Can I just make a suggestion?
Yes, you can.
Kayla, ask that question to Rob. Tweet at him. I'm sure he'll respond to you because you're a female.
That's a good point.
But pretty much, all right. So first of all, there was a conflict between Bob Harris and Rob Liefeld with Louise Simonson during New Mutants. Okay. Louise Simonson left New Mutants. This is what I've heard. Okay. Then Bob Harris, the editor, was not liking the direction that Claremont wanted to move the X-Men in as far as the stories. And he was not agreeing with Jim Lee, supposedly, and Will Portacio's plotting.
Right, because Jim Lee and they plotted.
Harris gave
they're taking.
He took the plotting away from Claremont and reduced Claremont to just writing everything for their artwork. So
yeah, but that's different than writing the story. So like the plotting is the plotting of the story.
That's writing the story.
Claremont said pretty much that he was in like a knockdown drag out thing with Harris.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that and that confirms what we're saying. Is that
the whole thing is like the plotting. So if basically what's that saying? Okay, so they were letting the artwork dictate the story, but they weren't.
Yes.
Jim Lee wasn't good enough to write the fucking story. So they had to keep Chris Claremont writing it.
Well, they did.
He also had so much time in the day to draw a page.
And then Jim Lee, here's the thing too that's crazy, is Jim Lee basically rehashed things that Chris Claremont already fucking wrote.
I said that 20 minutes ago.
I know that, and I agreed with you.
Right.
And I agreed with you.
I was going to.
That.
I feel like you are agreeing with everything that we just said.
Yeah.
And
I am.
In that agreement is the fact that
I'm just explaining.
It's like Art Adams all over.
She's re-explaining what we already explained.
No, I feel like you guys just don't understand what I'm saying. I'm just
No, we
explaining
do.
what I've read and what I've heard out of Chris Claremont's mouth. That's it.
So are you going only by Claremont?
I'm going by Claremont because I'm the fan of Claremont and I trust in Claremont.
Exactly.
Okay.
So going back to my old thing of like, there's truths, and so you can choose whatever truths you want by whatever party is being told, but the same story has been told by different people in different angles. But the actual truth of the matter is that the plotting was being given to Lee and Portacio and into Liefeld, and that's writing. That is writing the comic. That's writing the story where they want to go. And then if somebody comes in and writes over that as far as script goes, that's scripting, Yeah. And so that's what happened with X-Men 1 through 3. And that relationship was not good between him and Jim Lee after that. And that was about it.
I also know too, John Byrne. There was an interview in Wizard magazine, if I believe it was Wizard, where he said he was offered writing duties. But when he shared his ideas, the editorial and whatnot, they all changed their mind. Like, for example, he wanted to put Beast back into his human form.
Yeah,
it's like in a Wizard article. You can look it up.
But wasn't that Claremont that didn't like his John Byrne's ideas? That's why they always fought.
No, this didn't have anything to do with Claremont.
Ending the poll, by the way.
Claremont left the X-Men after issue 3 or 4. Basically, he left at that time so he could still get a severance pay because his wife was like, "Oh, you have a mortgage and all this stuff."
Women. All right, guys, this has been a fun show. We got to jump off here. Chat, thank you for showing up. I'm disappointed though. I'm disappointed in you all. Just do better next time. That the poll ended as 52% no to 47% yes, giving Jean Grey the greater than Madelyne Pryor victory. I'm not too happy about that whatsoever. But I still love you guys. And we will be back on Monday. We have Joe Catapano. Monday, what the fuck am I talking about? Thursday. Odd and stuff. We got Joe Catapano coming on. We got Mark Polton coming on as well. We're going to shoot the shit and have a good old time. Back here for the Spawn Review episode 3 at 9 p.m. on Monday. Appreciate Comical Cart Live, 10:15. Let's do it. Guys, thank you for coming on. We got Jay here. The Gooch from Diabolical Souls presents. Go check out his channel. It's a tiny little insignificant channel that isn't doing anything at all right now. So go sub to him and follow him. Great content.
Give him a pity sub.
Pity sub.
Just trying to grow this little channel here.
Now he's doing a fantastic job over there.
You can catch me tomorrow night. I'll be doing episode 6 of Scavenger's Reign with the crew. We dive deep into that world of Vesta. And then Thursday nights we do Cyberpunk Edge Runners at 10 o'clock Eastern as well. So lots of fun. And then Wednesday, of course, I'll be, I have Lance on Wednesday, so I'll be talking to him. And so
also possibly Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to start doing a stream about the X-Men 97 series and start doing a review and talk about that. I'm pretty sure Jay will be there. I think Sean will be there if he can make it. Kayla, you're invited too. Although you haven't watched the series, you got to catch up. But we're going to have some guests on. I just want to have a discussion because it's one of my favorite series right
episode by episode?
Yeah, we're just going to jump in where we're at right now with episode 6. Maybe at some point we'll go back, but I just want to keep it fresh. Yeah, I've been talking so much about the shows on X as soon as they come out, so I might as well make a stream out of it. So, hail Apex, good to see you. So be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, links are down below. Back Type 1, don't be a bum. Let's go. Back Reaper Destroyer is at the letters right now. I just got word from Eric Weathers himself, who is lettering the book, that I should be getting a look at the final pages here in the next couple of days so I can make final edits and all that. So pretty exciting. Kayla is wrapping up stuff, and we're going to be sending the supplemental out to be lettered here pretty soon as well. So I can't wait.
And can everyone please hound the Gooch to get his comic out there?
Do it.
Soon.
Threaten
we need to have this comic.
Yeah.
Shame him.
Shame this man.
Shame
It's
this
called
man.
Diabolical Soul, so I might as well get it out there. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I need a shame bell. I have this.
Fuck
I don't
is
have
that?
my bell. Shame. Game of Thrones.
Do you have the Millennium Dragon on your titties?
Shame. Yeah, I have a dragon.
The Millennium Dragon? Oh.
I don't know what dragon it is. It's just
Millennium.
A
What do
dragon.
you mean millennium?
There's like a thing called the Millennium Dragon around the Millennium time. People getting tattoos.
Oh.
I guess so. It does look like the dragon that Cisco had on. It's
Right?
a Unleash dragon.
Unleash the Dragon.
Unleash the dragon every
That's-
fucking day.
I do that every night right before bed. All right, everybody,
Me
we're gonna
too.
get out of here. I love you all. To the chat, we love you guys. Be good to each other. Take care of one another. As always, picture me naked. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
He should do his duty, and to impress him, takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, to destroy worlds."
Going down, how about a little reaction, man? You can barely stand. This flash slow attack, man, that was practically suicide. Next in line. Get ready to settle the score, and get ready to face the floor, 'cause it's time to remember it. This is war, and it's on tonight, so get up and fight, get up and fight. You had all your life to run and hide. Now step up, let's do this. About ready to break it, we're all about ready to break it, we're